Okay, you probably clicked on this video because you are new to the agency space and you want to get to $10,000 per month in the shortest time frame, and you're probably struggling to sign clients and book meetings to actually get the cash flow to the point where you are doing 10k per month. And I don't blame you, because it is hard, man, and I've been there before, so I know your pain right now. Contrary to what all the other YouTubers say, it's hard. Like, it is hard and it takes time. However, with that being said, I am going to give you the best tips and the best information that you can take away to actually speed up the process. Because let's face it, the majority of us want money now, not when we're old. So hopefully this video will help, and I know for a fact if you can actually watch all this video and take action on what I'm about to tell you, it will genuinely speed up the process about 10 times. And it will also actually be pretty hard for you to fail if you just do what I'm about to tell you in this video. So I'm not going to talk too much, I'm just going to get into it. So I'm going to hop onto the whiteboard and show you exactly what I would do if I had to start again and get to $10,000 per month as soon as possible. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, I'm looking forward to get into this because I know a lot of my viewers and subscribers are keen and eager to get to that 10k per month mark and, you know, live their life, financial freedom, get time freedom, location freedom, all that good stuff. So I'm going to get into this, but firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw you. Now, don't mind my drawings. I am absolutely awful at drawing, but this is you, and you want to get to, let's say, 10k per month. So I'm going to draw 10k per month here. Now, in order to get from this part to here, you need to become the person that is capable in order to achieve this. And right now, you in your current situation are not capable. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that you don't have the skills, you don't have the mindset, and you don't have the knowledge to get to this sort of place over here. Because if you did, you already would have done it. So it's important you actually watch this video, because I'm going to, you know, fill you with the knowledge, the value that you actually need to do this. So if we go down a bit, just so I have space, and map out a few things. Firstly, you obviously need a niche. If you don't have a niche, then you need a niche. Now, for me personally, I don't think the niche is too important. I think the offer is more important. So you obviously need an offer. Now, the niche, it can be, you know, not too important. Yes, obviously people talk about saturated niches, but in my opinion, you're going to be a saturated offer that is going to stop you from progressing. So that is what we're going to, you know, work on the most. So obviously an offer needs to separate yourself mostly in this day and age. So separate yourself from other agencies, because I see way too many people looking like every other agency. And if you just provide a chatbot or something of that nature, then I don't think that's good enough in this day and age. So obviously we've got that. Now, obviously there's a lot more that goes into it, because from your offer, this will obviously help with outreach. So I'm going to write here, outreach, essentially reaching out to your prospects. You're going to have sales, which not many people talk about. So I'm going to go into this a bit. So I'm going to go into sales. And then obviously you've just got your service delivery. So these are the three components that sort of make up a, you know, a fast track essentially to 10k per month. And, you know, the better these are, the more accurate these are with reality, the more likely they're going to manifest into your life, and the more likely you're going to manifest 10k per month if these are actually good. So in terms of outreach, what you need to be doing, so I'm just trying to, there we go. So in terms of outreach, what you need to be doing is not only volume, because volume isn't enough. You need, once again, I'm going to draw two things that come out. You need volume, pretty self-explanatory, and you need a script, or you need copy. Copy is essentially what goes into the script. Now, this, I'm going to give you, so I'm going to tell you how you can actually do this. So once again, there's probably a few that I'll do a few here. You can do cold IG, so cold Instagram, or cold message, or, you know, I'm just going to put message here like that. So cold messaging, you know, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can do cold email, and these are the three I recommend depending on your niche. And then you've got obviously cold calling. You've also got inbound, which, you know, normally people talk about. Just trying to spell, a bit dyslexic, don't don't bully me. So a lot of people don't mention inbound. Now, inbound meetings and inbound appointments are like really, really good if you can get them. So I recommend this to absolutely everyone. Create a personal brand, create content around what you're actually doing. So let's say you're helping real estate agents with, chatbots or lead gen. Literally create a YouTube video, create a YouTube channel about your services and about just doing it. So because you've got to understand, right, that these platforms like YouTube and TikTok, they are literally, search engines for people with problems. So when someone has a problem, they're going to search how to do Facebook ads for, real estate. And if your video pops up and, you're giving value for free, then they're probably going to book a meeting with you. And then it's going to be 5 times easier to actually close the client, which we'll get into in the sales part in a minute. So obviously you need volume. So you've got these cold Instagram. You need to be doing like 100 to 200 per day. Same with email. And if you want to actually speed up the process, you can do 2 of these. Now, cold calling, I don't know, you can do like 50 to 100 a day. But I recommend for a beginner, do cold Instagram and cold email. Now, you may be asking me, Charlie, how long is this actually going to take? So, assuming you do 100 a day, I want to do the maths, nice and simple. 100, let's say, cold emails per day, using, I don't know, Instantly. Instantly.ai. Let's just use that for an example, because that's what you're going to be sending emails on. I've already got an email, tutorial set up, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But 100 per day equals 3,000 per sort of month. Now, on average, it takes 1,000 to 2,000 outbound, it's just outbound, messages or emails or cold calls to sort of sign a client. 1 to 2,000. Now, every 100 with a 1% appointment booking rate. So let's just put 1% appointment booking rate. I'm just going to put 1% appointment. You're going to be doing 1 a day. Now, this is what you need to be aiming for. 1 a day. So 100 equals 1% equals 1 meeting a day. 1 meeting a day, let's say you've got a 10% now, a 10% closing rate. So every 1 call you get on out of 10, you will sign a client. So 1% closing. 1% closing. Awesome. This means that you can be getting 3 clients a month. 3 clients a month. Let's just say you charge 1K, 3K a month. This means, technically speaking, let's do 90 days, so 100 to 90 days, you can get to 10K per month. Now, is it this simple? Probably not. Why? Because you're going to face some problems. Maybe your closing rate is terrible. Maybe your appointment booking rate is terrible. However, this can all be solved. So let me go here. This can all be solved. I'm trying to do this in a neat way. So solved by tracking. Now, what do I mean by tracking? You're going to be tracking your outreach. You're going to go into a Google Sheet and track every single metric. Now, the reason this is important is because, let's say, after 90 days, you are not at 10K per month. What we can do is we can trace it back and see where you're going wrong. Is it your appointment booking rate? Is it lower than 1%? Is it more than 1%? Are you booking 1 or more meetings per day? Is your closing rate, if you track every meeting, you can track the show-up rate. Do you have a problem with prospects actually showing up? Which is, a massive problem for most agencies. So in order to actually solve this problem and get there the fastest way, you're going to have to track everything. So what I'm going to do, because I'm feeling generous, I'm actually going to leave a tracking sheet in the description so everyone can use it. Just make sure you make a copy, or I'll make a copy and just put it in the thing. Now let's talk about sales. You need a sales system. You need a sales system. Now, what do I mean by a sales system? You need a structure, a script, a process from, a framework. That's why I personally use a framework. So I'm going to talk about a framework because, once again, not many people talk about sales. And I might actually make another sales video, a full in-depth one on how to close deals, maybe next video, or, maybe in a week or two. But a framework for sales could look something like this. This is what I do. So I'm just going to do a timeline. So imagine this being your sales call. You got beginning and finish. So this part is, and let's just say this is like 45 minutes. This whole thing is 45 minutes. So from point A to point B is 45 minutes on a sales call. The first 2 minutes, so I'm going to put 2 mins, is going to be convo. So this is called a friendly conversation. You're just going to be talking to them, asking how their day's been, where they're from, all that good stuff, building rapport, the boring stuff, but it has to be done. Now, the next literally 20 to 30 minutes is going to be you asking questions. So let's put 25 minutes is going to be questioning. Now, you may be asking me, Charlie, why on earth are we spending like half the call asking questions on a sales call? This is because there's a few things. There's emotion. You can ask questions to provoke or amplify emotion. And if you know anything about sales, you know that prospects, buy on emotion, not really logic. You can, go through the whole call emotion, then you can just close them with logic. But this is a huge driving factor. And the next one isn't just emotion. So yes, emotion plays a key part in, why we ask questions, but it's also to actually see if we can even help them. So qualifying prospect. Qualifying prospect. I'm sorry if this is a mess. I'm just trying to put as much value into this video as I can. So hopefully you can appreciate the value I'm giving you, not the the presentation, because if you know me and you know my channel, I just care about giving you value, not so much how it looks, because that's what I care about the most, just actually helping and solving your guys' problems. And I know sales is one, so if you want to get to 10K per month as soon as possible, you need to learn sales, so I'm just going to teach you. So the first 2 minutes of the sales call is going to be conversation. Next 25 minutes is going to be questioning. Ask them, just get a better understanding of their business. Then you could ask, what's their biggest problem? Why do you think that is a problem? Where are you currently? Oh, I'm at, 5K per month. Okay, why do you think you're 5K per month? Really just dig into the questions, and then what you're going to do, right, is you're going to get a gap. So you're going to get a gap. And this is called the gap. And you're going to amplify this on the sales call. And then you are essentially, your service is going to be the solution. So your service is the solution to the gap to get from point A to point B. That's what you're selling. Okay, so you've done the questioning. Now what? Now is the pitch. And if you know anything about me, you know that I do a pitch, so wait, let me put 5 minutes. So this should be like 5 minutes. Now, the reason we do a pitch instead of a presentation is because a pitch, we can express everything without going into too much detail, because when you go into too much detail about your service, you are losing leverage and you're getting them distracted from the end goal, which is you getting them from point A to point B, because that's a huge mistake I see beginners make. They are going into way too much depth about their service, about the Facebook ads, about the chatbot, about the AI, automation, whatever you provide. No, you don't need to talk about that, because the reason we don't talk about that, and what you're going to do is you're going to loop it, so that at the end of the presentation, you're going to be talking about the end result, what you can do for them, not what you can, how you're going to do it. You're selling the destination, not the journey. And this bit is going to be them asking questions. So I'm sorry if the timing's a bit weird of this, but You see, it's 5 minutes, never mind. But this is going to be the this is essentially going to be them asking questions. So I'm just going to put Q. I'll put questions. So something like that, questions. Now, they are extracting data. So let me put this. They are extracting data. So instead of us walking them through, you know, a 10-15 minute presentation, which I see so many agencies do, which is not a good idea, we're going to be doing a 5-minute pitch, and then they can ask questions about your service. So if they want to know how you do it, they can ask that and you will tell them. But then once again, after you tell them, you'll loop it back to the end result, really. So this is extracting data. Now this part is going to be the price, because after they ask, you know, a few questions, they're then going to ask the price question. Now, how do you do the price question? Because once again, I don't see many people talking about this. So price. Hey Charlie, what's the price for the service? Obviously, you are going to not, you know, drag it out, because I see way too many people drag it out. You're going to essentially do a recap. So, you know, let's say I'm helping you go from 0 to 10K per month. I'll say, okay, James, so for us to take you from $0 to $10,000 per month, our fee would be a one-time investment in yourself, or a monthly retainer in yourself of just $2,000, or whatever it is, $1,000, $500, whatever you charge. But you're going to use the word investment. Why? Because when you use the word investment, people are thinking about the long term, not the short term cost. Because I see too many people say, oh, the fee is no, or like the cost is no, it's the investment. You are investing in yourself. And that's the psychology that we need to get them to buy. And then this part is the dreaded objections, which way too many people sort of, you know, just don't, because most agency owners are either scared. So it's so easy to get to 10K per month if you can just not do this, not be scared, not be, you know, like worried about handling objections, and just be good at handling objections. It's not that difficult. People think, right, it's this massive thing, but it is hard, but it's usually the shortest. Now, what you'll find is, I'm going to go here and I'm going to title this objections, because a lot of you guys have a massive problem with handling objections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw, oh my god, that is awful. I apologize for showing you that, but the value will be good, I promise. But that is, I was meant to draw a straight line, okay? So this is called action thresholds. So I'm going to put 80% here. So 80%, and let's put 20%. And let's do buy. And let's do not buy. And let's use the classic objection. I need time. I need time to think about it. Hey Charlie, I just need some time. I need to sleep on it. I need, I don't know, speak to my business partner, all that, you know, objection handling. I mean, the first thing you're going to do when you hear that immediately is respond positively. Yeah, no problem, James. Of course you need to think about it. You know, that's totally fine. And then you can sort of dig down, because when someone says, I need to think about it, it's a smoke screen. So you're going to be positive as soon as you hear the objection, and then you're going to, you know, sort of get behind the smoke screen. Because when someone says, I need to think about it, your job as a salesperson or an agency owner is to sort of figure out why they need to think about it. Because when they say this, it could be about 4 things. It could be the price, it could be the service, it could be themselves, it could be what else could it be? It could be, I don't know, I'll just put a question mark. However, your job is to identify which one of these 4 is. That's your job. Now, how do you identify that? You could say, yeah, of course. So I'm going to do a bit of like explaining. So let's say Charlie, I need to think about it. I really like what you're doing. I just need to, go over it and sleep on it. Yeah, no problem, man. That's totally fine. Of course, you need to think about it. Yeah, that's totally fine. Like I understand your concern. So what I'm doing right is I'm being sympathetic, I'm being empathetic, I'm understanding their situation, I'm lowering their guard, so I'm not pushing back immediately. Then I would say something like, yeah, so it sounds like you want to make the best decision for yourself, right? And they're gonna be like, yeah, of course I want to make the best decision. And then you can say, okay, sure. So when you say you need to think about it, is it sort of the price or the service? What's really on your mind? You're just going to ask it like that. And then they're going to, they can say multiple things. But then what's going to happen, right, is you're going to keep pushing back. And we're going to go back to here. This is called action thresholds. Sometimes you have to push back a lot. Wait, so action thresholds. So some prospects, all you need to do is push back once and you'll find out it's the service. So you can say, oh yeah, and the reason for that, so you just explain why that's not going to be a problem basically. So sometimes they're so close to buying when they say it. So this is I need to think about it, and this is also I need to think about it. And other times you're going to have to keep pushing back, 5, 7, even 10 times before they're sort of, comfortable buying. So hopefully this makes a bit of sense. I've gone through quite a bit in this short amount of period, but there's one more thing, which is service delivery. Now this is crucial. Most of you guys who watch my channel are in the AI sort of model. So luckily automation's a bit easier nowadays and you can just, use automation. But having a solid service and you being confident in your service delivery is crucial because sales is a transfer of energy. So when the prospect is talking to you on a sales call, they can sort of pick up if you're not confident. So you need to know what you're talking about. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to know more than them, basically, which is a tip for most people. You don't need to be as smart as you think. You just need to be clever than the person you're selling it to. But AI model, be confident because it will reflect in the sales calls, and humans are very good at picking up when a human is like not confident. So the prospect will be able to tell. So you need to know what you're talking about. You need to be confident. So you need to be confident. If you do a chatbot, then you can use BotPress and use Stack AI. If you do lead gen appointment setting, which is what I sort of tailor towards, then use HighLevel. Like there's no really excuse nowadays. Like you can use GoHighLevel, and it literally is like does all the service delivery. Like that's the thing nowadays. You can't really not have good service delivery because there's platforms like GoHighLevel, there's BotPress, there's Stack AI. If you need HighLevel, you can get it in the description. Completely free for like 14 days, so you can even test it out. Like that's the thing, you can literally test out GoHighLevel for 14 days. You can test out BotPress, get good at service delivery, but don't wait. This is another big don't. Okay, I didn't mean to. Oh my god, I'm just gonna. Okay, don't. And this is so important. Don't not do outreach. So don't not do outreach. And what's going to happen, right, is if you ever feel like you're struggling to do outreach, you're struggling to do sales calls, or you'll find it scary, the reason you find it scary is because it's what is going to, amount the most amount of growth in your business. So if you find, let's say, cold calls or cold emails or cold messages or just anything cold scary, the reason for that is because it's what is about to grow your business the most. So a good way of identifying what you need to be doing in your business right now is whatever you find the most. Wait, I'm going to go blank because I'm just going to do a little talk for you right now. So let me shut this, and make myself bigger. Okay, I'm speaking to you now. If you want to know what to do in your business right now to speed up and get the most amount of growth in the shortest amount of time, whatever is scaring you right now, that is what you need to be doing. Let's say it's cold calls. Let's say you're scared to do cold calls. You're facing a bit of resistance. Resistance means that you are procrastinating. You're finding it hard to do the work. The reason for that is because in biology, there's this thing called homeostasis. You've probably heard of it if you've had some type of education. But homeostasis means that the body and the brain like to remain at a steady temperature. and it doesn't like change. The brain does not like change, neither does the body. So but the reason it's scary is because the body and the brain know that it's probably going to amount the most amount of growth in your business. And that's scary, man. That's why, because you're going to be changing your identity. If you're broke, the reason it's scary to do cold calls, sales calls, is because it's probably going to amount in the most amount of growth, both financially and personal, in your life. So whatever scares you the most in your business right now, you should be doing it. But I can guarantee you that isn't building websites and like terrible logos, which most of you probably do to procrastinate. I just don't understand it. Like, whatever scares you the most in your business, just do it, because you'll see the most amount of growth and you'll get to 10K per month as fast as possible. So if you can do 100 cold calls, or 100 emails per day, and just do what I say in this video, you will get there quickly. But you can't be building logos. You can't be procrastinating. Like, yes, resistance is a thing, and I faced it before. I'm not saying I'm immune to this, but it just needs to be taken care of, and you need to take action. That's the most important thing. You've probably heard YouTubers go over it time and time again, but at the end of the day, you can watch my videos. Please do, obviously. I will help you, but you can watch my videos. You can, watch all the videos you like, but if you never actually do the inputs, then you won't get the outputs. So at the end of the day, it's down to you. I've hopefully given you some value in this video, so like, comment, and subscribe. 85% of you are not subscribed, so hit the like button. And if you want one-to-one coaching, so let's say you want to speed up this process even more, then I'll leave a link in the description. It is only for serious people, so we're not looking to take on people who aren't serious or aren't really sure if they need coaching. These are for people that are being stuck, they're in pain and they want a solution to, getting to that next level in their business. But without further ado, I will leave you with that note, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hit the like button, and yeah, have a great rest of your day.